Why read Quran? Part 9. Historical context. It contains historical narratives that provide context to Islamic teachings. Point 1. Collective spiritual growth. Reciting and reflecting on the Quran together provides a shared spiritual experience, helping members of the community grow in faith and understanding as a group. This process builds a collective identity rooted in shared values and beliefs. Historical context. Explanation. This point emphasizes that the Quran isn't just a religious text, it's also a historical document. It contains narratives about events and people from the past. Understanding these historical contexts helps us to better comprehend the Quran's messages and their relevance to our lives. Example: consider the story of Prophet Moses, Musa. Understanding the historical context of his time, the oppression of the Israelites by the Pharaoh, and the miraculous events that led to their liberation, can deepen our appreciation for the Quranic verses that recount this story. 1. Collective spiritual growth. Explanation. This point highlights the communal aspect of Quranic recitation. When Muslims gather to recite the Quran together, they share a profound spiritual experience. This shared experience strengthens their faith, fosters a sense of unity, and reinforces their shared values and beliefs. Example: during Ramadan, many Muslims gather in mosques for nightly Tarawih prayers, where large portions of the Quran are recited collectively. This communal experience creates a powerful sense of connection among the worshippers, enhancing their spiritual journey. In essence, both points emphasize the multifaceted nature of the Quran. It is not only a divine revelation, but also a historical record and a powerful tool for spiritual growth and communal bonding. Point 6. Strengthened family connections. Families who participate in Quranic discussions together often strengthen their own familial bonds. Parents and children learn and reflect together, fostering intergenerational respect and understanding through shared religious practice. Strengthened family connections. Explanation. This point highlights the impact of Quranic study on family life. When families engage in Quranic discussions together, it strengthens their bonds. Parents and children can learn from each other, share their insights, and create lasting memories. Example: many families in Muslim communities have a tradition of gathering after evening prayers to recite the Quran and discuss its meaning. This shared practice strengthens family ties, fosters intergenerational respect, and creates a strong foundation for future generations. Point 7. A sense of peace and harmony. Quranic gatherings often create a peaceful environment where people feel safe and supported. The calming nature of these recitations fosters an atmosphere of harmony, which strengthens the community's social cohesion, a sense of peace and harmony. Explanation. This point highlights the psychological and emotional benefits of Quranic recitation. The rhythmic recitation of the Quran has a calming effect on the mind and soul. It creates a peaceful atmosphere where individuals can relax, reflect, and connect with their faith. Example: many Muslims find solace in listening to Quranic recitations. The soothing sounds and the profound messages of the Quran can help reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. By creating a peaceful and harmonious environment, Quranic gatherings contribute to the overall well-being of the community. Point 8. Encouragement of ethical behavior. Community discussions about the Quran's guidance on ethical living encourage individuals to uphold moral values. This shared commitment to living virtuously creates a more trustworthy and dependable community network. Encouragement of ethical behavior. Explanation. This point highlights the moral and ethical implications of Quranic study. The Quran provides guidance on a wide range of ethical issues, from honesty and integrity to compassion and justice. By discussing these topics, individuals are reminded of their moral obligations and encouraged to live virtuous lives. Example: Quran study circles often discuss topics such as honesty in business, fair treatment of others, and environmental stewardship. By engaging in these discussions, individuals can develop a stronger moral compass and become more ethical citizens. Point 9. Strengthened cultural identity. Reciting and discussing the Quran helps maintain cultural and religious heritage, especially for Muslim communities in diverse societies. This practice reinforces members' connection to their identity and roots, creating a strong community foundation that can be passed down through generations. Strengthened cultural identity. Explanation. This point highlights the role of the Quran in preserving cultural identity. By reciting and discussing the Quran, Muslims can connect with their heritage and traditions. This shared cultural experience strengthens their sense of identity and helps them maintain their cultural roots, even in diverse societies. Example: in many Muslim communities, Quranic recitation is an integral part of cultural celebrations and rituals. By preserving these traditions, Muslims can ensure that their cultural heritage is passed down to future generations. Point 4. Learning through shared knowledge. Group discussions about Quranic verses allow for diverse perspectives and insights, enriching everyone's understanding. This shared learning experience builds intellectual and emotional connections among community members. Learning through shared knowledge. Explanation. This point highlights the cognitive benefits of Quranic study. When Muslims gather to discuss the Quran, they engage in a collective learning experience. By sharing their insights and perspectives, individuals can deepen their understanding of the Quran's teachings. Example: Quran study circles often involve in-depth discussions of specific verses or surahs. Participants share their interpretations, ask questions, and challenge each other's understanding. This process of intellectual exchange stimulates critical thinking and fosters a deeper appreciation for the Quran's wisdom. Point 5. Encouraging generosity and compassion. The Quran emphasizes helping others and showing compassion. By regularly discussing these themes, community members are reminded of their duties to one another, inspiring actions of kindness and charity within the group. Encouraging generosity and compassion. Explanation. This point highlights the ethical and moral implications of Quranic study. The Quran emphasizes values like compassion, generosity, and social justice. By discussing these themes, Muslims are reminded of their responsibilities towards others and inspired to take action. Example: many Quran study circles organize charity drives, food drives, or volunteer activities. By engaging in these activities, members of the community can put their faith into action and make a positive impact on the lives of others. Point 2. Increased sense of belonging. When Muslims gather to recite and discuss the Quran, they develop a sense of belonging and solidarity. These gatherings foster feelings of unity, making each person feel connected to the community and its values. Increased sense of belonging. Explanation. This point highlights the social aspect of Quranic study. When Muslims gather to recite and discuss the Quran, they form strong bonds with one another. These gatherings create a sense of community, where individuals feel valued and connected to a larger group. Example: Quran study circles, or halakas, are common in many Muslim communities. These gatherings provide a platform for people to discuss the Quran, share their insights, and learn from each other. This shared experience strengthens the bonds between individuals, fostering a sense of belonging and solidarity. In essence, Both points emphasize the Quran's role in shaping individual and communal identity. It provides historical context for its teachings and fosters a sense of belonging among Muslims. Point 3. Mutual support and guidance. Community gatherings to discuss the Quran often encourage members to support one another, not only in spiritual matters but also in personal life challenges. Members provide advice, share wisdom, and offer encouragement, strengthening interpersonal bonds. Mutual support and guidance. Explanation. This point highlights the social and emotional benefits of Quranic study. When Muslims gather to discuss the Quran, they create a supportive community. Members share their experiences, offer advice, and provide emotional support to one another. Example: in many Muslim communities, Quran study circles often evolve into support groups. Members share their personal challenges, seek advice from others, and offer prayers and encouragement. This mutual support system helps individuals cope with difficulties and strengthens the bonds within the community. In essence, both points emphasize the Quran's role in shaping individual and communal identity. It provides historical context for its teachings and fosters a sense of belonging and support among Muslims.